Ever feel like everyone else has the adulting manual except you? Welcome to the Seraphim, where we dive deep into the psychology of the human mind. Today, we're tackling a question that hits home for so many of us in 2025. What does it mean to be an adult in today's world? I was thinking about this, and a quote from a January 2025 Psychology Today article stopped me in my tracks. Ashley, a bartender, wrote, "I'm a single mom to my 59-year-old father." That's a plot twist in the story of life. It made me realize that the definition of adult has changed, maybe for the better, maybe for worse. Think about the milestones your parents celebrated: marriage, parenthood, a steady career. Now, many of us are still searching for those at 35. Does that shift make you feel more free or more lost? Psychology reveals a new definition rooted in personal growth, mental health, and navigating an uncertain world. Let's explore this together with research, relatable insights to help you thrive. Your grandparents were married with kids by 22. Many of us are still juggling rent and relationships well into our 30s. Does that feel like adulthood to you? In the 1950s, society defined being an adult by a clear timeline. Finish school by 18, get a job, marry by your early 20s, start a family soon after. But in 2025, these benchmarks are losing their grip. According to the Office for National Statistics in the UK, the average age of first marriage is now 35, up from 22 in 1972. The average age for a woman to have her first child has risen from 24 in the 1960s to 31 in 2021. Picture yourself at 35, still renting, still single, still chasing that dream job. You're not alone. Millions are missing these milestones. What's holding you back? One reason is longer life expectancy. In 1900, the average person lived to 32. By 2021, it was over 76 and climbing. With longer lives, the rush to adulthood slows down. Psychology offers a critical lens here. Life history theory, an evolutionary framework, shows adversity speeds up development. As evolutionary psychologist David Buss states, life history theory predicts that individuals facing harsh and unpredictable environments will adopt a faster life strategy. For example, children of immigrants often grow up faster, taking on responsibilities early. But in a world of rising material security with less immediate hardship, the life course stretches out, leaving room for exploration, trial, and mistakes. A 2023 study in the Journal of Cross-Cultural Psychology reveals culture shapes this too. In collectivist societies like China, adulthood means family duties, caring for aging parents. In the West, it's personal achievements. The question is, how is culture shaping your path? If marriage and parenthood don't define us, what does? Imagine feeling like an adult, not because of a ring or a job, but because you've learned to trust your choices. Is that the adulthood you're seeking? Research by Dr. Megan Wright, published in Psychology Today in January 2025, has answers. In a survey of 722 UK residents aged 18 to 77, the average age people first felt adult was 25, matching when the brain's frontal lobes fully mature. The National Institute of Mental Health says these lobes, the prefrontal cortex, govern decision-making and emotional regulation. That's why young adults wrestle with impulsive choices or overwhelm. Mindfulness can strengthen this, building self-reliance. But here's Wright's key finding. Adulthood isn't just age, it's a psychological state. Her team analyzed 30 years of data over 17,000 people. Fewer than 25% see marriage or parenthood as defining adulthood. 57% point to a career, but 80%, the big one, say it's psychological markers, taking responsibility, looking after yourself, and making your own calls. Now, these are not fixed labels like spouse. They're dynamic, evolving. Wright's CARES model offers a new lens: cognitive maturity, solving problems without doubt, self-reliance, standing on your own, eudaimonia, living true to your values. Does that shift how you see your journey? Adulthood in 2025, it's a work in progress, not a finish line. Let's talk about Gen Z, the newest adults. They are stepping into a world their parents couldn't imagine. At 23, they're not settling down. They're launching businesses, chasing dreams, facing pressures we never knew. Are they redefining adulthood or just surviving it? Psychologist Jeffrey Arnett with the APA calls this emerging adulthood. He notes, emerging adulthood is a time when many directions remain possible, when little about the future is decided, when exploration is greater than ever. Identity exploration and instability during the ages of 18 through 29 contribute to the feeling of uncertainty that many people feel. Sophie Regal, a 23-year-old Gen Z person, says, "There is no typical path anymore. Past generations had a route: school, job, marriage, family. For Gen Z, there are infinite paths. 42% of Gen Z Americans want to start business, like a sustainable fashion brand. 52% are juggling multiple income sources, monetizing TikTok or YouTube. There are job hoppers too, staying 2.8 years in role versus 9.8 years for 55 to 64-year-olds. Social media connects them globally, fueling thousands of dreams that could range from becoming a professional musician to someone who loves art or just creating content. But endless choices bring a burden. Scrolling online, you see friends launching startups while you're still finding your footing. Have you ever felt that pressure? Regal says being an adult is realizing no one knows what they are doing. We are all winging it. Arnett agrees. Embracing uncertainty can cut stress and boost mental health. For Gen Z, adulthood is theirs to shape, even if it is tough. Let us pause. Look in the mirror. Do you see an adult or perhaps a kid pretending? Have you ever felt that perhaps you're faking it? I personally have had moments where I'm still that kid, play acting at life. Dr. Seth Gillihan, a clinical psychologist, explains, the gap between our childhood expectations of adulthood and reality can be a source of ongoing dissonance. As kids, we saw adults as all-knowing, fixing tires, paying taxes. Now, we see the illusion. Gillihan, 49, admits, I still do not feel like an adult. I lack the sense of power I once expected. Sounds familiar? Reflect. Do you feel adult, or are you waiting for it to click? Even milestones do not fix it. First-time home buyers went from 29 in 1981 to 36 in 2022. But it is not just delays. When we were young, we thought that adults had all the answers. Our parents seemed to. Now, at 30 or 40, we are still searching. Does that scare you or free you? Reality, it is making choices, facing challenges, growing through uncertainty, and that is lifelong. This shift impacts mental health. Young adults face a stormy world, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. Global crisis, social media pressure, rising rents, shaky jobs, and Gen Z especially is feeling that on their shoulders because there are too many choices, and when there are too many choices, they can mess with identity, sparking stress and depression. Emerging adults 18 to 29 have the highest depression rates, and they feel that the joy is slipping out of their reach. The Trevor Project's 2024 report shows LGBTQ plus youth face extra hurdles. Discrimination hits self-reliance and support, increasing depression. But there is hope. A flexible view of adulthood cuts pressure. Psychologist Barry Schwartz in The Paradox of Choice says, too many options can paralyze us. Dr. Wright's work shows psychological markers like responsibility are in fact in our hands. Control promotes well-being, improving health, finances, and careers. Redefining adulthood as cognitive, emotional, and social growth can lift mental health and embrace 2025's diverse paths. So now we've come to the conclusion that adulthood in 2025 is a maze. But you are not alone. What if small steps brought clarity and strength? Let's dig in. The Greater Good Science Center at UC Berkeley suggests to find fulfillment, that deep sense of meaning, journal weekly. What matters most to you? What drives your life? Ever given it a shot? For your social convoy, schedule a weekly call with a friend to stay grounded. Those check-ins build your support network. To boost self-reliance, embrace mindfulness. As pioneer Jean Kabat-Zinn puts it, it is paying attention on purpose in the present non-judgmentally. Start your day with a 5-minute breathing exercise for clarity. Now, these might seem like small steps, but they will enhance control and your well-being, setting you up to thrive in 2025. Adulthood in 2025 is not the milestone we were sold. It is growing through uncertainty, finding strength in your journey, defining what matters to you. Liberating or daunting? Let us talk. What does being an adult mean to you? Drop it in the comments. If this hits home, please like and subscribe to the Seraphim for more psychological deep dives. See you next time.